The long way. Athos.
Hey,
Hello.
okay, let me just join in here. Hey, Brandon.
Hello, Kat. How are ya?
Good. Like the background.
Yeah, actually, my favorite grandma painted that.
Oh, no way. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, she was a pretty cool lady. Did all sorts of different
wow.
art
Very.
mediums. Yeah, but it makes for a good little, you know, web conference background for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I took my younger son's room, so I feel bad, but
You know, that's why you're the mom.
rib in the back.
All right. Do. So I'll just give it a second for a few more people to join,
Sure.
and then we'll get going.
Sounds good.
And then any of you folks that are joining, going to be going through, a few questions. If anything, comes to mind, don't hesitate to write a question in the chat, and we'll try to get to them all.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give it another couple seconds and we'll get going.
Sounds good.
Hmm. All right, one more sip of water. We're gonna go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Stay,
Mhm.
since we're going to be talking so much.
Yeah. Let's see. Okie dokes. Well, thanks everyone for joining. I'm Brandon Packman, and I am the head of business development. I'm the insurance broker for Skywatch. Been with the company since August of 2017 as kind of like the first hire and helped create the product and called on a lot of drone pilots out there to find out how to make the best product that we could and serve the market. And I'm joined here by Kat of Athos Insurance, and really happy to have her with us.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Kat, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and Athos Insurance, and then we'll get kind of going on how we're working together.
Sounds good. Yeah, so hi everybody. I'm Kat Wong. I'm the founder and CEO of Athos Insurance. You can call it Athos or Athos. We don't really care. It's as long as you get to us, we're happy. Um, and yeah, so I basically started Athos about 9 years ago. So it's been around for a good amount of years now. So we're super happy about that here. And what Athos is we're both an insurance brokerage as well as a managing general agency, which we call an MGA. So it's a little different in the sense that, as an insurance broker, you can shop insurance with all the insurance carriers. Whereas a MGA is, we have a little bit more authority. So we act on behalf of the insurance carrier. We can actually issue policies, do some of the underwriting, and that's how we're able to have a lot of things online. So one of the things that Athos is known for is we have, we focus primarily in production insurance, as well as sports insurance. So we do some extreme sports like, skate parks and roller derbies, which is kind of fun. But majority of our business is actually productions and rental houses and, all of that. So we have a lot of fun. It's a great niche. And we have one program that's, that we manage, which is for equipment insurance. So that's going to be, your owned and rented production equipment, musical instruments and sports and rec equipment. So yeah, so that's a little bit about us. We're all about technology. and automation. So we like to get things done as fast as possible because that's how everyone likes it. So
Definitely.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and for everyone kind of listening, that's how I came to find you folks is your niche kind of in the entertainment industry, and as you know, everyone will understand the use of drones in film production, entertainment has been a really disruptive technology over the last kind of decade-ish now. It's really democratized everything. So with you know Cat's specialty there, it made sense for us at Skywatch. We are an insurance MGA ourselves, and to find other broker partners that had a book of business and an expertise and kind of already understood the same language that we were speaking with clients. And it really makes sense for Skywatch to partner with experts in the industry that are handling multiple lines of coverage for clients. If you could talk maybe a little bit what those coverages are that you handle everything, where Skywatch usually just plays with just the drone insurance. Sometimes we handle some other lines, but if you could talk about what you're handling for your clients that also have drone insurance and then in general.
Yeah, so that's a good question. So typically when a company approaches us, they're going to want all the insurance, right? And what's nice is that Skywatch is, it complements that because when they have like a need for drone insurance, then we'll use Skywatch and your platforms for that piece of it. But essentially we can cover anything that is needed. There's general liability, there's workers' comp, there's auto insurance, the equipment insurance, which we're big specialists in. There's even media liability, right? So that's also known as E&O. And then recently we actually, we added disability insurance and life insurance because we realize a lot of our business owners actually really need that. So we've actually been doing a lot of that as well. So pretty much anything that a company approaches us with, we can pretty much do everything.
Great. And then for the record, Skywatch, we do aviation liability, focused on the use of drones, specifically under 55 pounds. That's really our niche, is providing that kind of first line of liability that a client, if you're a drone pilot, they want to make sure if that thing falls out of the sky and hits somebody, that's the coverage that we're specifically focused on, and kind of a market leader in that. I'm curious what you see maybe as kind of a mix. You're in the production world. There's short-term insurance, which Skywatch, you can do by the hour, with us, 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours. If you've got a real short shoot, you can do it by the month, or you can get an annual policy. I'm curious, what you see in the short term versus, annual insurance options, with production schedules being what they are.
Yeah, so for production insurance, the way we classify it as short term is pretty much one project,
Okay.
right? Annual insurance is multiple projects. And so what's nice about Skywatch is you can even have like an annual, need, but you can break it down into the months. So you're kind of renewing it month to month to month. But in terms of production, short term can be a day, up to 11 months. That's referring to equipment insurance.
Mm-hmm.
If you have one film that takes a whole year, that's still considered short-term, production insurance. And then, like I said, annual is just when you have multiple that you want to cover, maybe because you do more productions throughout the year.
Got it. Okay, that's clear. Skywatch, we, beyond the liability, we insure what's called hull insurance, which sounds kind of funny, like you're in a boat or something, but that's a term that comes out of aviation insurance. So that refers to the physical damage that could occur to the drone or things that are attached to it. High-end cameras, red cameras, all sorts of fun things get attached to these drones. And I'm sure you guys are taking care of that. I know you guys actually have a program correct, we do really high limits, even above where we do. So
Load, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, LiDAR and very
That's right.
high sensors, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
Cool.
that's pretty. Yeah. I mean, there's so much that can be attached to a drone, so it's really cool to be able to see all the cool sensors and LiDARs that are getting attached, but they're very expensive. So they have to be underwritten very carefully,
Right.
essentially. Yeah.
So, I mean, term you're really familiar with, and I know just a teeny bit about, is you're dealing with, rental insurances and rental houses.
Mhm.
And if you could talk just maybe a little bit about that, and then um, our mutual partner around ShareGrid as being an online kind of a marketplace connecting people with equipment is kind of a cool thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty cool because we developed this online platform for people to get insurance right away. It's like called instant insurance for gear, and the cool thing about that is that's also short-term rentals, right? So that could be someone who just needs to get a nice camera for the day, and a lot of times they'll go to the rental house and not even know they need the insurance, or they're trying to rent it
Right.
that week. Don't know. And so we've partnered with tons of rental houses, especially, in LA and New York and actually nationwide, just letting them know about who we are because
Yeah.
when we come in with such a, instant platform, it really helps them save the business and it gives their clients like a way to get that insurance, pretty easily. And so one of our partners is ShareGrid. And what ShareGrid is, if you don't know, is they're a very large peer-to-peer camera sharing community. Okay, so it's like Airbnb, but for your, equipment, your high-end equipment that's just maybe sitting in your closet and, maybe not being worked on. So it's great because a lot of people make money off of it, for the downtime. And we actually partnered with them when they were just beginning, and we were also just beginning. So it was a really great partnership, and it's cool to see each other kind of grow together. And they offer all these abilities for people to connect and rent and all sorts of things. So what do you need? You need the insurance, right? Because you don't want to let your high-end camera go without that guarantee that it's going to be
Right.
protected happens to that. So that's how our website and their website are actually they're integrated with each other. So it's very seamless to the customer. And also if you're renting, let's say a drone and you need to get the drone insurance, as well, then they would actually ShareGrid would refer them back to Athos. So we can also help the customer with that. And what's really great about that is, we can, like I said, round out the whole account, right? In case you
Right.
need the equipment.
Cool. That's a good explanation. Yeah, the share grid is a fun one for us. It's a good partnership, and we work together. I guess I'll explain just a little bit, a teeny bit about that. Gosh, what was it? Probably 2018 or 2019. I came down and met you folks in your office, and there, in LA in the entertainment industry, living that, kind of life and being surrounded by it. And really how Skywatch works is we create a portal that, you folks send to your clients, or it lives on your website. You can select all the coverages you need. And that's just a piece of the insurance puzzle that
Right.
you're working. As a Skywatch client, you could go in there and manage your own account. You have that ability, or you can rely on the very nice folks who are really always on the ball for their clients. I can tell, because if there's something needed from us immediately, it'll be 450, and like, in that production world, you guys have to be really timely, because nothing happens, 6 months out and is figured out, and you don't talk to them again. It's
No,
right.
no.
In the production world, you have to be really responsive, and I'm happy to say you folks do like an awesome job for your clients. So it's really cool to see that, because um, you do not want your insurance to be holding up you like shooting and making money and keeping your clients happy. So
Yes.
you really want to make sure you pick your partners who you work with very carefully. You know, talk to people in the industry. They do a really excellent job for your folks. So it's been cool to work with you guys, and I really appreciate that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, if you guys could see, a life in our office. We're not in the office right now, but
Yeah.
it's very, fast paced, and sometimes we're just like go, 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 go because, the clients are just number one priority all day long with last minute requests. So we don't leave anything unturned.
Yeah, one of the ones, you and I, we both deal with is like film LA requests and submitting things last moment. So, um, you know, I guess maybe can you speak a little bit about the importance of speaking that production language, or understanding the full process that a pilot or client goes through, and
Yeah.
the value of knowing that versus kind of figuring it out haphazard.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And that's why actually, when you're dealing with the entertainment space, it's really important to work with, an entertainment specialized broker.
Yeah.
Seen it a lot of times. We actually get calls from other insurance brokers who have no idea what they're doing, and they have to ask us, and we're trying to teach them and coach them, even though we're not even related to them, but we'll try to help them out too. And that's the thing. We understand the film requirements. We usually know what all the language means. We have a whole process on our end when you're working with Film LA. We know exactly what they need already. So
Correct.
we kind of anticipate that and work with our clients to be like, are you sure you don't need this? Because I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
pretty sure you do. You may want to clarify that. So it
Yeah.
does that. And yeah, there's just a lot of things like even in, renting equipment, right? A lot of brokers who don't understand, they'll just send like a property policy, which doesn't even cover rented equipment. And so a lot of rental houses will come back to us and say, hey, does this really cover my equipment when I rent it out? And we're like, no, equipment floater. So it's just things like that, just trying to make sure that things are getting covered the right way,
Right.
speak that language. And like I said, if you were to say, hey, Kat, can you help me cover, my buddy's, flower shop? I might be like, nah, I'll refer you to my friend who does commercial insurance, like regular stuff. But yeah,
Right.
this is all we do.
Perfect. Yeah, it's I can't, impart how important that is to pick an expert who understands the industry that you're in, so they can really, earn the money that you're paying for the policy and their commission by being that expert for you, interpreting the policy, and really being the best agent you can have out there. Let's see, it looks like we have one question. Is there a minimum policy period for renting?
Is that for the drone insurance or for regular
I'd
insurance?
say, I guess for both. Is there minimums?
Yeah, well, so it looks like it's the minimum policy period that out. And so for short term, for at least rented equipment insurance, it's a day. That's the
Okay.
shortest time. And then I think correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, but
Yeah,
if you're renting, a drone, then the minimum for that hull coverage is a month, right?
it is. Yeah, you can kind of work with us in the back end to find that, but if you were to go inside of the portal and put something in there, um, it is a monthly policy, which for those folks out there, you have to have $1 million policy with us, which is really the bare minimum that any business wants to see, is $1 million, which sounds like a lot of money to folks out there, but that's just, I think, a function of our litigious society. So that would be like $62 a month. And then the whole, if you wanted physical damage coverage, is just a function of the insured value that you select. So, uh,
Yeah.
if any people, want to have, quotes and whatnot, we'll provide like a link to the portal, so that you guys can build those your own or reach out directly to the folks at Athos. And the team there is really, really good. It's under Cat, and our team likes really working with you guys.
Yeah.
Anything real quick, that you want to say or any kind of last words before we sign off?
I think I just want to make sure everybody has our information. So our
Oh no, it looks like we might have lost sound. Um, I hope you folks can hear me. Well, always technical difficulties, so I will assume that you can. Um, I really appreciate, Kat, your time and like the really valuable insights from the position that you have in the industry and for your continued support as a partner. So with that, I really appreciate everyone for tuning in and Kat's time and say goodbye. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.